trying to figure out what's on Donald Trump's mind is a frightening exercise. Trump is a master at manipulating the media with sleight of hand. But sooner than later, as the polls suggest, the American patience will reach a breaking point. As they say, the numbers don't lie.
Look, Senator, I agree with that. But here's the other side of the coin you just put on the table. If you watched what happened with the Prime Minister today in Canada and how that conversation went with the president, you understand why this communique is coming out this evening that he's leaving early, because he did not like how that went down. He was put in his place, and he was one among many equals. Yes. And he doesn't like that. He right now thinks he's driving every conversation around the globe. And what he's realized in that moment is that these other partners that you just rightly laid up also have a say in this moment, whether it's economics or, as Simone noted, the broadening into the foreign policy space. How then do your colleagues deal with this childish behavior from a sitting president who can't stay in the room long enough to actually make the case, whatever that case is, but rather is peeved because he's not the center of attention, or that he is corrected by his peers because of his brutish behavior in other scenarios? How do your colleagues, I don't care, Republican or Democrat, majority or minority, frame this at this time, given everything that we see unfolding in the Middle East?
Michael Steele, the scorpion that will sting you eventually. But he's absolutely right. I mean, and you were saying when I got here this morning that Donald said it was about going back to the sit room and discussing what's going on in Iran and Israel, and now he's denying it?
No, Macron.
Macron said it.
Told the press that he went back because of the unfolding situation between Iran and Israel. But early this morning, Trump put out a Truth Social saying, no, Macron is lying. That's not why I'm here. It's going to be something bigger.
What the heck?
I don't know.
What, we're causing World War III? Is that the announcement?
I have no idea.
Because he also said he posted.
I think it's because he came back early because he was being made fun of to his face by the other world leaders. Well,
I mean, when he said that it was. Wait, I got to find this one. Here it is. Yeah. He said it was a big mistake for Russia to have been kicked out of the G8. Now, he was kicked out because of invading Crimea at the time.
Right.
And he blamed Prime Minister Trudeau, who was not the Prime Minister of Canada at the time, which is part of the reason he's being made fun of.
Right.
And then he dropped all that paperwork.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw that.
Oy vey. He said, I don't do a Donald, so don't ask me. He said the G7 used to be the G8. Barack Obama and a person named Trudeau. A person named Trudeau?
Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
The former Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah. Didn't want to have Russia in, and I would say that it was a mistake because I think you would have war right now if you had Russia in, and you wouldn't have war right now if Trump were president 4 years ago. There's still war right now. Yeah. I thought he was going to fix it. When is 20?
War is worse.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
Yes.
Right now. That was back
it's
then.
way worse than it was back then. He continued. He said, by the way, Stephen Harper was the Prime Minister of Canada.
Oh, the conservative Stephen Harper.
Yes, he was the Prime Minister at the time.
Yep.
Donald continued, it didn't work out that way. It used to be the G8. Now I think it's 8 years ago, they switched over. They threw Russia out, which I claimed was a very big mistake, even though I wasn't in politics then. I was very loud about it, that it was a mistake. And in that you spend so much time talking about Russia and he's no longer at the table, so it makes life more complicated, but you wouldn't have the war. But other than that, I think we're going to accomplish a lot.
I think I just had a stroke trying to put that together.
Right, trying to diagram that sentence.
Yeah. I miss Sarah Palin's word salads at this point. At least she sort of made sense.
Yeah.
Some people... Poli-sci, I assume that's how the person does this. Putin must laugh so hard that he doesn't have to lift a finger to get his dumb little bitch to do his bidding. Bill Madden posted good effing God, G-A-W-D, by the way. Trump just blatantly lied about other G7 leaders kicking Russia out of the organization. Russia was kicked out of the G8 rather than after they invaded Crimea in 2014. Every G7 leader is thinking the same thing. Trump is an absolute effing moron. Stephanie Hayden posted Trudeau was not the Canadian PM, excuse me. It was Stephen Harper. Russia was kicked out of the G8 for starting this war. Facts matter. Akash Manayam. I can't quite pronounce your. I apologize, Akash. It was 11 years ago, Sir lie a lot, and it was the whole year before Trudeau came into office that the G8 became the 7. She's from Canada. This woman named Kathy. Christopher Miller wrote, Russia kicked out of the G8 on March 2014 because it launched its war in Ukraine, in Crimea initially. So yeah, he's getting raked over the coals for that. Yep. Rightfully so. Yep. It's whack. He's just an embarrassment. He really, really, really is. And he did say, with regard to Iran and Iraq, to get everybody out of Iran. He said, he posted, because he posted on Truth Central. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. He said Iran should have signed the deal. He told them to sign to prevent what he said was a shame and a waste of human life. He ended the post with everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. There are 10 million people in Tehran.
Yeah. It's a huge city.
It's a gigantic city. And where are they supposed to go? All these civilians?
They were showing backups on the highways going out of Tehran, miles and miles long, just stop and go traffic.
Oh, yeah.
People just trying to get out of the city.
And these are the civilians. These are not, hopefully not targeted.
These are people just living their everyday lives like we are.
Yeah, trying at least.
If Mexico said, hey, we're going to be bombing Los Angeles in a couple of days, can you imagine the pandemonium here in Los Angeles of us trying to get out of the city?
Oh, San Diego, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same with people in Tehran. They're just going about living their lives, and they don't want to be killed.
No, of course not. Of course not. And Trump said he will not sign a statement calling for Middle East calm. He's withholding his signature from a joint G7 statement urging de-escalation in the conflict between Israel and Iran. Kevin Liptak reported that a draft statement affirms Israel's right to self-defense, of course, and opposes Iran obtaining nuclear weapons, of course, because we don't need more, we need less. It also calls for cooler hands to prevail, but he doesn't intend to sign it. Under the strong White House source told CNN, under the strong leadership of that guy, the United States is back to leading the effort to restore peace around the world. He will continue to work towards ensuring Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. He's not ensuring that. He blew up the deal that we had with Iran. He blew it up.